is that? What is that? One day
Oh,
after
look at
dinner, Creeper. Whoa, almost 2 years of stealing Jeff's money. One day after dinner, while the deliverer was lounging in Lygus' cave, they spotted a shadow on the wall. The deliverer was unaware. He didn't even have a grasp on reality and couldn't struggle. When we found him, he was already on the... Is this Sunday's thing? Let me put the sound back on. Whoa. That's loud in my ears. Is this Sunday's thing? Hi, Link. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Happy... What day? Thursday. And I'm choking slightly. I ate my noodles at the speed of sound, and they kind of went down the wrong way. As in my lungs. Sunday and Lygus? Did they have a thing now? Who wrote this? You woke up 9 minutes before you went live? Just like your battery? Charge your phone! What's my phone? My phone is at 70%, and I've been using it all day. Charge your phone. I don't like my phone being under 20%. Scares me. How's it going? It is going very well. Oh, ow. It is going very well. Thank you for asking. Here we go. I hope your 2026 has been amazing so far. Can you believe we're nearly at the end of March? Why does time go so quickly? You are hype remnants because of Steel Ball 1 release? You know, as soon as I saw Brownbox say the name, I was like, that's JoJo. I don't even need to check. I don't need to Google it. I can tell with a name like Steel Ball, it's either JoJo or some sports anime I don't want to watch. And I like sports anime. Hi, Crimson Chin. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I am very well. I hope you are doing very well today. And thank you. Thank you. Fun fact, the Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii U are now considered retro consoles. You are now a retro gamer. They are considered retro consoles? Oh, what's they do to my 360? Is it 360? Oh, what's they do to my 360? I think I give that away. I don't think I binned that one. I think I give that away. I know I had a Wii second hand. I bought it because I wanted to play a Harvest Moon game a couple years ago. And I bought it, and then the batteries in the controller started leaking. So I left them downstairs in the lobby, and someone took them. So that's their problem now. They might be dead, who knows? You don't want to watch muscular men riding on muscular horses? I mean, muscular horses I'm interested in. Yeah, maybe for the muscly horses. I haven't watched any JoJo Link. I like anime with girls in it. It's like twink muscle. My decisions on whether I watch anime is I look at the promo image, and then I look at the characters, and if there's any girls in it that I think are cute, then I'll watch it. And sometimes I watch some complete ass. There was some bad series I've watched because the female characters look cute. There's been so many I've dropped. Like, oh no, I can't do it. Hi, Earthbound fan! No, this is purely... This is nothing bad. Just talking about anime with girls in it and stuff. 65 stream streak! 65 is insane. Hello, how are you doing? It's warm today. I closed my window because I did not want to... I didn't want this to start the season of sirens, where you can always hear the sirens that are going past my house in stream, because it seems too early in the year to begin constantly hearing this police at my door. I should move to a better place. Araki directly says that his design decisions lean more into making beautiful men. okay, I need to know what these beautiful men look like. Because I have never looked at a JoJo character and gone, wow, beautiful. I've gone, whoa. So actually, I guess they're very stylized in their face. You know what they kind of remind me of? Don't hate me. What's her face? The single trouser-legged girl in Natlan with the very detailed makeup. Like, I get those that kind of like detailed face design with the eyes and stuff. Chaska, yes, I could kind of see Chaska in a JoJo style. Cause she's very like beautifully painted in the face. No, I've never seen any other mangaka ever draw in that style, which, to be honest, is very rare these days. There's a mangaka who I believe passed away. Meezy, welcome in. Thank you for your prime. I shall eat it well. There's an artist who I believe passed away, but I've never been a big fan of their art, but I can appreciate that it's very individual. And lots of people love it. And I highly dislike it, but mostly because of someone I used to know who would, like, goon to it to the extreme. Hi, Viddies. Welcome in. That's one way to call someone ugly. Not really. What did I say? What did I say? I don't say. What did I say? Case 3. I'm on the very end of this, right? You are very individual. Nice veiled insult. No! No! It's not an insult. It could be, wow, you are so individual. I've never seen anyone as beautiful as you. Or it could be, wow, you're so individual. I've never seen anyone so interesting to look at. There's two ways you can take it. You can either take it as a high compliment, or you could take it as a insult. You missed when goon meant bad guys from Lego Batman games? Oh yeah, it did used to mean that. Goons. Not anymore. Times have changed. Times have changed, and I mean, what did it used to be called? I feel like it's always been called gooning. No? No. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't restart my PC before I started today. And I have done so much on my PC, so if my PC explodes, just know it's my own fault. I have to relearn how to use Premiere. Because when I re-downloaded it from the totally legal place, it did the newest version, and it's changed everything, and everything's moved. You reject Zoomer reality goons to refer to henchmen? I'll get on board with that. Jorking? I have never heard the term jorking. What's jorking mean? Can I Google jorking, or is that a bad idea? I feel like it's a bad idea. I feel like I should not do that. And in case you're wondering, I am on 55 hours on Pokepia. You sent me some more recent cover art? Okay, let me see. Let me see how beautiful... What was the descriptor he wants to... What was the word? What was the beautiful met? You know, everyone has a taste. There are no canon colors. Wait, really? There are no canon colors? Can the colors be anything? Because that's kind of cool. I like that. Did they change all the time? I won't say the character, because then it'll be really easy to find what I'm talking about. But once upon a time, I cosplayed from a popular series. And I cosplayed a character who wasn't in the anime yet. And I just did it based on the colors that they drew it in the artwork of the book. It's like a side character, so it wasn't super important. But the mangaka had drawn it a colored version. And there was a couple other characters with it, and me and a group of friends were all doing these girls. And then we went to an event, and people were like, whoa, you're doing them. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. And they were like, how do you know what colors they're? And I was like, I guessed. And then they animated it, and they were completely wrong. And I was furious. Furious. Insanely furious. Because I died by fabric. It was so much work. And then we were supposed to be doing a photo shoot, so I had to remake the entire thing. And, you know, some people can be really weird in cosplay. If you're slightly wrong, they can hold it onto you. So, and that's when I stopped cosplaying. A 60 stream streak! And that's why anime colors change screams in tense moments. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. That way people can just pick their favorite colors. Their favorite versions. Oh no. I'm okay. Also, Ace, I hope you're doing well. You didn't know what you came into, but sure, I guess. Just don't show it on stream? Okay. Okay. Oh! I'm gonna close that tab. Let's go back into episode 3. We're on the very end of the trial, and then I'm gonna start episode 4 straight away. So I can get some Phoenix lore. Sent one more, don't lose your mind. You know, It's the fact he's licking the ball. Wait, which one? Wait, which one? Wait, 2002, 2004, it's the same thing, right? Child. Yes. Did I do it right? I think I did. I hope I did. July 10, 1:40 p.m. So I think it's the same date. It hasn't been the next day. I believe it was just we're gonna go interrogate what's his face. The guy with the knobhead guy. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lammy Wow's performance. Once again, I did not Google that name. The reason why she was in the air vent, and that switch, and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. There he is! Daddy! Mr. White, you believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that I'd make a cool entrance and say, hiya! Why do I even bother hoping? I kinda like that. That's very Phoenix mentality. Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. I'm getting your mother/father back in the country. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed. Latouche. Oh no, more of your shot too, Daddy. Would I do anything like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. Why did he come here? One thing before I go. ... Good luck. Wait. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. Why is he keeps turning his face to the side and getting all dark, like, oh. You'll get Matchy Toby off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after the detective, aren't you? Diane, that's his name, Diane. It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? The case is based on one fragile assumption, namely that our diva divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch. A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There were plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. I don't believe him. There's lots of proof. If the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like a butter in a frying pan. No. Leaving behind the family's sins, sense of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. I feel like Phoenix just came in and made us concerned and worried. Like he came in, spread out, was like, oh, good luck, this is gonna be really hard. When beforehand we were like, we got this. The opposite of spreading confidence. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky? Emma? Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Oh, here it is. That did not look like a snack. What are those, Eddie? They don't look very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar. Ooh. The firecracker would be the gunshots we heard. The quote-unquote fake gunshots. During the third set. He has no hope in us. He has minus hope in us. And he should hope in us. I have his daughter. I kind of made that sound like a threat. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! And that's where we found that little device thingy. Yeah, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. Burnt fragments added to the court record. And that's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict, maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside of him. Wow, dark, deep. Excuse me? Find Diane Crescen's igniter and sell it off. Ooh, why did it sound like he just swished a cloak? And he walked out the door just like a magician, normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hanging in there, Trucy. 1:55 p.m. District Courtroom 3. I don't think we got a long break. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called in at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. What the? Darren was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice and all, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand, correct? Oh, I know, Mr. Forehead. And very well, call the final witness to the stand, Detective Darian Crescent. Come here, you little shit. Name and occupation, please. Darren Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those of you who don't know. I feel like his hairstyle would break dress code. You know what I mean? And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviniers. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you finally understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You give me a word, I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Diane. And don't call me partner. He is Mount Everest as a hairstyle? Yeah, it sure was a choice. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial? Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with response to Lamier's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. You can't say that, that's bad. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha! Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Detectives can be evil. I've watched many detective shows when the detective has done the murdering. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if! Didn't Detective MS Guy hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lamiro's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Diane. Look, all I'm saying is, you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. I can't do this with Lamiro's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. What does the found at the crime scene bound gunpowder residue, possibly a firecracker? Let me press this one first. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Oh yeah, there was a mistake, but blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song. A missed cue. So she just flubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins a story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. It's very coincidental, though. That would be very coincidental.
Daddy, ohaya.
Thank you for the follow, welcome in. You've seen a lot of real-world cases where firecrackers... Yeah, me too, actually. Highly possible. She just flubbed it up. That's a small accusation for a performer of her caliber. Hi, Gregory, and hi, Blue. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. She got you all right. I could see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious. It's way over my head. Is that why you have that ginormous hairstyle? To deflect the pretentiousness? I'm detecting a rift in the Gavinia's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. I'm gonna present the thingies.
Objection!
Objection! Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Yes, that's definitely the shape of a guitar, Joanna. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Oh, hey, that's nice. A piece of evidence was submitted to the court. Before the case, for once. You think Detective Sky works for you? I received a report this morning, before coming here. And that's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darren as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. Huh? This raises another possibility. Is he saying he was saying it could have been Darren? He has changed his mind on his friend very quickly. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. Ha! You got an active imagination, don't you? I don't like the way his hair is twitching. But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient to me. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers just happen to go off? Right when two witnesses come walking by? Ha! That's right. Diane was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. Yes, but why was Emma there? Emma was asked to be there, probably to be an alibi. And to hear the gunshot. Your new chair has a built-in speaker? You can hear things through your ass? I'm assuming the speaker is at the top. That's really cool. So you have like surround sound. Huh? Feels like you're in a cinema. I have never been. Wait, no, I have been in a cinema with sound comes out from behind me. I'm stupid. Ah, that's cool. Does that mean I'm coming from behind you? The sound is coming from inside the room? And if a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? How do I explain this? He may not look it, but Darren is a gifted detective. So many weaknesses, and he's sure to find it. He may not look it, partner? Gee, thanks, man. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself, and I saw something odd there just before the third set. The headset that no one picked up at any time. A headset. The kind all band and staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up from in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it wasn't turned on? And you could hear what was going on in the hallway, even if you were out on stage. Pfeh, whose side are you on, Gavin? It's coming from the ass, which means you have to trust your gut for once in your life. Trust your ass! Listen to me, Diane. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Mr. Foolhead. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at... Wait, can you hear this? Can you hear that? Because I keep doing that and I'm... You can? In case you're wondering, that is me zipping and unzipping my hoodie. Sometimes I just sit and do that, and because I changed my mic, I feel like now you could... Oh, well, enjoy that sound effect. I'll keep my jacket away from the mic as much as I can. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi, but we're still no closer to proving anything. And those gunshots might have been real or fake, we can't say. You raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed, if you can't prove that, then continue this cross-examination will be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think. You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. You know what Gavin's like? He's like that teacher, like, do you ever have a teacher that was like, you said something to them, and they're like, yes, that's correct, but can you prove it's correct? And I'm like, well, I just gave you the correct answer. And they're like, yes, but prove your correct answer. And I'm like, but it's the correct answer. Oh, no way! Not shocked. I haven't opened up the game in a while. And I don't want to, because every now and again I see a glimpse of it, and I'm like, well, if I just go back to playing that game. And I can't go back to playing that game, because it was like a 2 hours a day kind of thing for me. I just can't. I can't. The racing was so fun, and it was too addictive. Sometimes you have to know when you have a problem. Play-Doh Static App just now had a wisdom check that was pretty hard considering your wisdom stat is on the lower side. Managed to lower check down to a 2, rolled the dice, you got a 1? That reminds me of when I was watching someone play Baldur's Gate, and they got a 1 twice, and they killed what's-his-face? The guy at the beginning with the hand through the portal and the place in the thing. And they restarted. You know that area of a square with a side x equals to x? Yeah, I do, yeah. Hey, Jeff, hello. And yeah, Crimson, yeah, I think this game is really good. I'm enjoying this one. When I finish the game, I will give my review comparing this to the Phoenix Wrights, because I have some opinions. Witness your testimony if you would. This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast. You ready, kid? Because I am. The shooting took place during the second set, so for sure, let's see your proof. What was our proof? Attorney badge? Lyric sheet, investigation, postcard, revolver, brooch, mixing board. That showed that she stuttered on her words, but we've already discussed that, right? Lettuces, I mean, we've already discussed everything multiple times.
Objection!
There was no option for Mambo. It seems there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in her song. We already discussed this! Is that really it? What exactly is this, device thingy? A new rarity of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just used this, and don't get me started on a gramophone. Exactly, we just used this! Yeah, I guess just cause did doesn't mean it's now off the list. Which is one of the things that is interesting about this game. I've noticed you do use evidence multiple times. I feel like in Phoenix that wasn't done as often. Time to watch her performance again? You don't want to hear her beautiful singing? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lamuel's voice included. What does this prove? According to Lamuel's testimony? At the moment of the shooting? Oh, I just remembered, yeah. You're right. You're right, never mind. I forgot the circus case. I deleted that clown from my mind. You're right. Never mind, I take it back. Yeah. You intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Hey, you know the ya thing? The J-A? What language is that? That goes ya? 5 freaking times! Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that plastic is correct. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was German. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Diane? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in our own performance. But Lamero's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. Oh. Oh, are we saying that we can hear the gunshot in it? In which case, I was using this mixing board the complete wrong way. No, when they say it like at the end of a sentence, like, yeah, like yeah as in yeah, not yeah as in yeah. Right now, Lamia stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshot. Because it reminded me, because I wanted to double check it was German, because I have a friend who is German. And at a convention, she told me in detail about how her job was censoring explicit manga. And I remember just staring at her. This is the first time I met her. And at the end, she would go into big details on the parts she had to censor and why. And she'd be like, you get it, yeah? And I was like, yeah. Japanese. What do I do? What do I do? Locate the gunshot? What do I... Listen for a gunshot. Oh. It's right there! It's right there! Wait, let me... Wait, how did we not hear that before? How many times have we heard this song? Oh. Yeah, you can't hear it. I wonder which one it is that's making it. Hard to hear. I think it's 3 making it hard to hear. Anyway, it's... Okay, now what? Now what? What do I press? I'm so confused. Ooh, present. Ooh. You wanna listen closely to this part. Yeah, it's in the vocals, yeah. Oh, Hadoi, Hadoi! Objection! Oh, Edgeworth, I miss you every day. When will Edgeworth return? Pow! 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 Why? It sounded like a gunshot. And this has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamirao's testimony was true. Order! So she was telling the truth about what she heard? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch, now. What's Shadow the Hedgehog doing here? Shadow is way cooler than this stinky guy. Trust me, Shadow is way cooler than this absolute stinker. I'm in the, Amy Rose Shadow Supremacy. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. But why did we only hear 1 gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon? No. Tut, tut, tut. Shake that finger. No. Why would you call Blimphead Shadow? He is a Blimphead. Hi, we biking. Welcome in. Not her forehead, not Mr. Forehead, the guy on trial. Wait. I haven't watched, I'm a fake fan. I haven't watched the, Sonic live action. No, did I watch the first one? No, I didn't. Wait, how many movies has there been? Has there been 3? Has there been 3 Sonic movies? What's funny is I was trying to think of one animated live action I've watched, and in my head I was like, yeah, the one with the chipmunks. No, it's a very different movie. Oh, yes to 3 and a 4th announced. Should I watch them? Are they good? I never watch movies. I'd watch them. But there's no Amy. in Sonic 3, then I don't want to watch them. I changed my mind. Is there a cheese? Is cheese in them? Because if cheese is in them, I'll watch them. But if Amy's not in it, I highly doubt cheese is in them. First one is just him. Second, he is fighting Knuckles. And third, he is fighting Shadow. So the person who talked with Shadow was Sonic instead of Amy? Ew. They're going for romance instead of romance. Man, if there's no cheese and no Amy Rose, I'm not gonna get anything out of the Sonic movies. She's the bunny. I have to now Google to make sure. Wait, no, who's the bunny? Cheese is the Chow. Sorry. But she comes with the bunny, right? Cream the rabbit. Why did I think her name was Cheese? Because her Chow is called Cheese. Okay, you know, I'm not insane. Her Chow is called Cheese. Cream and cheese. Cheese and cream. Cream cheese. Cream cheese. Cream cheese. Lamiel was moving through the event, Your Honor. Also, thank you for the follow. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latus's life was taken. That seems silly. Cream is the bunny who can fly like Tails? Yes, question mark. I'm a fake fan. We call me Vector. Who's Vector? What is that? Oh, it's a crocodile. Okay, I can get on board with him. I like how he's a completely different shape from every other character in the series. It makes it more interesting. I'm gonna be real. My knowledge on Sonic lore is the games, the games where you could have Chow Gardens, and then the animated series when they were in a band. And then whatever series my brother put on. He has a crush on Cream's mom? I mean, based on what Cream looks like, I feel like I would also have a crush on Cream's mom. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day, Clavier, whose side are you on? Seeing the mixing boards jogged my memory. You were there too, Mr. Forehead. Oh, because he made a mistake. Problem after problem, Actung. My hog won't stop. My guitar case is busted, and there was a huge case because mistake because everyone sucks. Yeah. He made a mistake because he sucks. He sucks. Can't commit a murder while playing in a band. Push. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. You know how to play. You're better than that. Blah de blah de blah. Everyone makes mistakes. And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent? I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latus, which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim. So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Oh. Boom. Hey, from behind, his hair looks super long, but from the front, his hair at the back looks super short. Darian, I mean, not the judge. The judge has no hair. And what I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up, ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Sleeves rolled up? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on the tape that could be anything? And you have an alleged guitar cue missed? What the? I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. We have it on recording that there was a gunshot during the second act. How is that not enough? You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. No, he doesn't. The defense arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. I don't. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Oh, yeah, this is hard. You're right. Why would they even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Maybe he made fun of your knobhead. A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes. Not even once. I see, very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, now I need to find a motive. Well, the motive is probably something to do with this thing, right? Because that's what the detective, that's what Mr. Latouche was looking for as well. Oh, and don't they need this? They need one of these as a cure for the person who's dying and stuff and things. This is the messed up part with Ace Attorney. You need one piece of conclusive evidence to accuse me, even though you have 20 circumstantial evidence pointing towards me. Not even circumstantial. We have one piece of evidence that clearly shows a gunshot was fired during the second act. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. Oh, but which proof of evidence? Why do they even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy, I got no motive. This is that diva's first trip to this country, right? Let me press first. Let me press him. Gently. And then throw the cocoon at his face. That's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. Are you calling the dead guy an old fart? That's not very respectful. Hold it! More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. Let me present it.
Objection!
Objection! Your Honor, take a look at this. Dragon egg. While I hydrate with some water. Yeah, I've been really thirsty today. I've been eating a lot of fruit rather than water, and that's where my mistake has been. I'm in a very fruit time of my life, though. Imagine if they had a joke case that wasn't murder, just a slander case, which is 101% true. Oof, yeah, dude, sorry, you just kind of have to die because you said online the Nintendo CEO has a Peach Dakimura, even if that's true. Peach Dakimura, you say? What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Lick it! Detective Crescent, ever seen this? Ooh. Ooh, did you see? His eyes are like looking back. He looked at us like, What is it? What it is evidence. Don't lick before you try. Specifically, don't like before you try. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Never seen one that color. It's a rarity only found in the Republic of Virginia. Alright, but what is this raccoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Latouche. It does. Wait. I mean, I think. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. It's one of those silky cocoons. The kind that you can make, well, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative for what? Apparently, it's the most effective at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Then Virginia should be arrested for holding back from world health peace. If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Yeah, and that's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. Oh, okay, I understand. There was an instance several years ago where some of these got out to the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. Thanks for the follow, welcome in. All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export, one rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others. Interpol? The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. You insist on referring to him as a manager. But that's misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. Hi, Zemo, Zizomo. Welcome in, Zizomo. I hope you're having a fantastically wonderful Thursday. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was gonna sell it on the black market. Make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. I think he was trying to get it for the daughter, the police case daughter thingy. Like, you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever had one of those ginormous gobstoppers? You know, the one that's like the size of your fist? We used to get them in school, and it was like the size of your fist. And it was exactly this kind of color. It was like creamy with like pink and blue sprinkles all over it. Oh, was it sun? Oh. And it was so big, and it was like rock solid, so it's not like you could eat it, because it was a gobstopper, right? What's a gobstopper? Wait, let me get the correct descriptor of a gobstopper. Gobstopper. It is known as a jawbreaker in Canada and the United States. It is... Oh, ow. Oh, it is round and usually ranges from 1 to 3 centimeters, but these ones were the size of your fist. Gobstoppers billed as having diameter as large as 3.25 inches. Yeah! Term gobstopper derives from gob, which is slang in the UK and Ireland for mouth. Gobstopper. Stops your mouth. They've been sold in traditional sweet shops. Anyway, so it was this really hard candy, and it was like chewing gum, but not chewing gum, and you couldn't chew it. It was just rock solid and sweet, and because it was the size of your fist, there's no way you could eat it. So you'd buy it on your lunch break, and you just like lick it for like 20 minutes, and then you're just holding this wet candy in your hand. And you go into class like, what do I do with this? And when I think about it, I used to like put it in a packet and put it in my bag. It would be in my bag for so long. I don't know how I didn't die. You never really finish it because, once again, the size of your fist. Yeah, jawbreaker. Yeah, I guess a gobstopper is a very UK name for it. Yeah, it had different layers. It has different, so that there was different flavors when you get to it, but then you're just, again, you're just licking one part of it to try to get through all the layers. Why would there be an army of toddlers? You have a jock and you don't know if I'll understand it? I do not understand it. There are 2 ways you know to get a caramel candy. Caramel candy. You gotta melt sugar. You gotta do some magic with sugar. Perhaps it's time for another testimony rather than gobstoppers. About the smuggling of cocoons business. I like to think that's why they're saying don't eat it, because they're like, wow, that's a gobstopper. Ah, I understand. Look at Julia, Zizo loaded. Hi, Zipkiel! Thank you for the 2 years! 2 years! 2 years! How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Thursday to you too! Oh, 2 ways you know to defeat a caramel candy. Split it in half by cracking it and munch on each half. That would do it, yeah. That's not a bad option. Wow! Wow! You did have jailbreakers. We threw them into the ground to smash them into pieces. Did you throw them on the ground in protective packaging so that they were in clean pieces and not filled with ground bits? You had an almost 9-hour shift today? 9-hour shift? That sounds horrific. Can't remember the last time I did a 9-hour shift. You plead the 5th? You know, you better plead the 5th. I hope you were eating. I hope you were eating dirt with your gobstopper bits. Lick it from one side only, but hide it in the plastic wrap. Yeah, that's basically what you did with gobstoppers. But again, they last like a week, so you would just put them in the bin. Oh, you can leave work early for Friday. Delicious. Delicious half day. It's good to work long shifts if it means you get a half day. I'm one of those people that would rather work 4 days and have 3 days off than work 5 days and have 2 days off. Right, let's see what this little shit is saying. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly a lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in the International Affairs. I know the deal. Okay, what have I got here? Burnt fragments, newspaper article. Oh, I can just use... There we go. There we go, sorted. Yeah. You kids think up the craziest things, but no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. He may be the International Affairs, but we have the badge. Does he have a badge? No. He just has a knob on his head. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something and I'm going to find out what. International fair, blah 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 blah. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Maybe this? Maybe this one? Cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs, so I know the deal. I take this one. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. You still haven't got Spashi's light cone? You're on 50 plus pity? How long have we got? Wait, there's not long left, right? You think we have to use CB no Jutsu? You might. Every shift you work is a 24-hour long shift? How is that legal? Is that legal? Then you only have to work 2 shifts a week, and 10 of those hours are sleeping on call. Ooh, sleeping on call. Sleeping on call. That sounds delightful. I would sleep on call. But I have no life skills that would require me to be on call for anything. Actually, there are people that work at the reception in the building I live in. I always think like, man, I would do that job. Because sometimes I like wobble down in the middle of the night when I'm, you know, just foraging for food and stuff. And I always see them at the desk, like playing music, listening to headphones, watching stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that job. I think I could do that job. Wait, no, I like sleeping. I could do it in the daytime. My friend used to work in a hotel, and she used to do the night shift, and she used to just read manga all night. Because there was never any problems in the evening, and the hotel was in the middle of the ass nowhere, so there was never any customers. I used to have a job with customers. I used to work in a cafe. And there were some really nice people. And then there were some people that followed me home. But in general, most people were very nice. You work as a nurse in the elderly healthcare. Work hours are insane, too, but we do it because we care for our patients. And that's amazing to hear. It's okay, I moved. And they got banned. And I moved. But in general, I used to like working customer facing. Sometimes I miss it. Now I don't speak to people. I live in my little goblin cave. And my friend currently works in a customer facing role, and sometimes she tells me the things people say to her, and I go, maybe I don't want that. I liked working in a cafe though. It's a nice environment. Cozy environment. Wait, kiss his keister goodbye? Why is he kissing his ass? Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? Like this! That article, that's about Chief Justice's... A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for enteritis. You think you know what my position was? Check DMs. That is exactly what my position was. How did you know? How did you know? Serve you some tea, please? Maybe one day I'll go into details. But just know that this person also wrote a book and based the protagonist off me. And offered to mail it to me. And I found this out because they wrote me a letter. Oh, it was a thing. Hi, Neat Gremlin, welcome in! Happy Thursday! Enteritis? I've heard of that somewhere. You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning, you absolute oaf. That's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You weren't saying... A witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to serve his own son's life. Oh, are they saying that the Chief Justice had something to do with this? It'd be an international scandal. And that's Detective Croissant's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. Is this true? First, I'm a murderer. Now I'm a smuggler? How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal? A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice? Where's your proof? Oh yeah, and you're forgetting the other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. His hairstyle looks like he could be a Pokemon trainer. It does look like he'll be a Pokemon trainer. Like a water trainer. A water bug trainer. Dragon trainer. I can't decide.
Hold it!
Just tell me more. Just how strict is the customs check? Way strict. They kept planes on the ground for hours. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. It would be hard to distinguish them. That's right, Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't he? What? Sir? Here's a travel tip for you. Gavin, leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. Didn't he, Didn't he sneak something else in? Not sneak, but didn't he, like, his friends helped... Like, he got, like... He was able to bring it... Ooh. Is it the guitar? It was the guitar, right? Ooh. Do you think I present the guitar, or do you think I present him? Oh, can I even present him? I don't think I can. Darren could easily stick the cocoon inside his hair. He could! Spring sale is live? You know, I haven't even looked at the spring sale. I don't even know what's going to be available. I will check it out, though. I do love a good sale. Still nothing at 47? Oh, have you done all the events? Let me try this. One way to get something out of the country, no checks. They put it in the guitar. And that's why the guitar was set on fire. Objection! Look at this burnt out guitar! I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. Blah 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 blah. Snuck it into the country. Oh, I did hear about Fate Part 2 collab. I have a cup of juice and I don't know what flavor it is, but it's interesting. Kind of sour. We vacuum packed it in Lamuel's studio? Yeah. And I bet inside there was a gobstopper. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The package was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy. To use your guitar as a mule to snuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. Hey, it's better than him having to pull up his butt, right? Like, rather it being the guitar than up, Diane's ass. Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work? Good memory, Mr. Forehead. You know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. The music is excellent. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean... He means this, of course. The gobstopper. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Pickly Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. I'm guessing... Whoa. I'm guessing they didn't sneak out a replica. I'm guessing they snuck out the actual cocoons. Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. A precaution? At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lamiro's ballad? Oh. Here we go. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Suspicions. When the concert began, right about this time, a very large problem presents itself to the smuggler. Mr. Latouche. Mr. Latouche was an undercover agent, was on to something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoons were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. Set them all on fire! It's over! Press the switch now! The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. Oh, so they... Oh. With Lamiro there to witness it. There's your case. Wait, okay, so... You know, we don't really have any proof of the cocoon being in the guitar. This is incredibly circumstantial, while the gunshot going off during the second act is incredibly clear and is evidence. Everything else is circumstantial. So for once, I'm on Diane's side. For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Diane. The Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, a Virginian accomplice. And Machi. That's why Machi was staying quiet. Your accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamiro heard proves it. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage. Who was it? The Coupe de Gris. Coupe de Gris! But once I know what I'm doing, there's only one person who could have helped him. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned, with a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who is the smuggler's accomplice? Oh, there he is. Everything is circumstantial evidence or something. Yeah, even if you only have circumstantial evidence, if all the points of possibility that you did it, then that's the case. True! Plus, we have a mountain of circumstantial evidence currently. It was Phoenix Wright! Who else? That's why he ran away. That's why he's not here! Objection! But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Virginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamiro? It couldn't have been. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. What? Recalls that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Oh, okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, I get it. Beyond that, it's useless. Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamiral was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. Yeah, okay, I get it. The kid was here with the thingy, setting fire to the guy in the guy in the guitar up here somewhere. I don't know. Oh, he was up here, raised up high. It seems the Lamiral could still have done the deed. No. When the shooter made the transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade, yeah, when it was up in the sky. You wanna eat a burger? I would not say no to a burger. They want a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. The remote couldn't have worked for Lamiral's position in the air vent. Ah. Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that? Your Honor? Yes, Detective? He's gonna say, I did it. Could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time? Why? Well, I don't see why not. Don't tell me here's a way out of this. Can I skip it? Oh, I can't skip. There's no skip button. You gonna make a hamburger for dinner? Too bad, so sad, punk. Did I forget something? First you were sleeves, then kid, and now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo. Just in case I forgot. Yo, Judge, can we see that banger performance like 10 more times, dog? Yeah, fam, no problem. I'll hook you up. That's how the conversation went. The problem isn't in what we'll see, correct, Arian? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians, after all. Care to explain for us normal human beings? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off the igniter? That right? Yes. Well, in order to do that, we'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Oh god, no. Ah! I'm gonna get a sweet out of my jaw. Wait, no, I already took my sweets out of my jaw. I'm gonna have a sweet. While they're talking shit. Oh, wait, should I be listening? What am I listening for? Bow, bow. What seems to be the... Honestly, what seems to be the problem there, sir? Piano sounded just fine. And that's the problem, man. You still don't get it. No. How's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? Easy. Piano players can take their hands sometimes off. And they can use one hand. Hey, nice swing you got there, dog. You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the diva. Well, according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Ugh. Your accomplice would have to have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch. No, you can one-handed a piano solo. Yo, Judge, that part is a jam. Play it again. No! Ah! Also, let's be real. This is not a two-handed piano solo. Like, he could just have the button, like, between his legs, and he just clicks it really quick and then goes on. The piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes. Were you wrong? I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange? What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance there. Odd? No, he definitely pressed it. You can play piano with one hand. Everything points to it. The fact that he says... the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant Matthew Toby the accomplice? The answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought. Apollo, if Matthew's not the accomplice, then the whole case is ruined. I know, it has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed the switch. Well, you'd better find a way to prove it. What do I do? What do I do? Can I... Is there something in the soundboard again? Because Gavin just said that the playing sounded funny. So there must have been a moment of silence, or maybe like a click sound. Wait a second. What was Gavin saying just now? Yeah! Flashback in case we forgot the sentences. 2 minutes ago. Objection! That's speculation! Cease! What exactly did we hear that was odd? Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this? Can you prove Machi pressed that switch? Can you prove that Machi told me I pressed that switch? Yes. Question mark. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then, as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Mr. Forehead, you sure about this? Accept it. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch? Can I listen to this? Okay. 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 Which is the piano? That's the singing. I see what I did. Well, apparently that's nothing. When about was the pressing, actually? I don't think that's a piano. Oh, that's a piano. Okay. I mean, there's lots of pauses. I mean, there's lots of pauses, so it could easily have been done, but I feel like it could be any section. And that'll get painful if it has to be an exact one. Oh no. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor. Music? What about music? Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flames. Oh. 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 I didn't have to work it out. I hear a piano being played, but doesn't it sound kind of simple? Hey, that's not very nice. I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have been played that part with one hand. He only needed one hand to press that switch. You only need one hand. He could play the piano with one hand. So are you some kind of piano savant? Actually, no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with just one hand. Yes, you can. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. Yeah, you got something? Mr. White, your father, he's a pianist. Could he? Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands. So sorry, so sad for you. Not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. How are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't. We could just ask him to come in with the piano and see if he could play it with one hand. Bring in the piano! And the clue was what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. Oh no, shit. No way. Only playing the bottom bass notes. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand. Right, okay. Right before the guitar bursts into flames. Okay, the example then just only showed the first and second part, so it's gonna be the first or second part. Sit down. Sit down. Like, that part just then could have easily been it. And then.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now. Is that right? Realize what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again. Oh, Jesus. Pay particular attention to the butterflying melody phrase. Thank you, I'm quite the DJ. Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? Oh my god, Darian, thank you. Oh no, his hair is getting floppy. He's stressed. Let's listen to another section, Sully. Please, no. Another? The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh That Night in Your Embrace." No, I didn't have that bug. When the music doesn't play the first time you log in, no, I did not have that bug. That's a sucky bug. I love the music. Play verse 2 again, please. Oh my god! Stop playing this. They feel the same true, but they're clearly very different. Huh? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. I'm gonna be real, I couldn't tell the difference. I would think you'd know that by now. Look, he's sweating, so his hair is flopping. So the 2 verses had different arrangements? Happens all the time. Not this time, Diane. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself. Now ask yourself why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. Oh, is it really? I haven't even sniffed it yet. I haven't even sniffed it. I did tell my brother about how I nearly uninstalled Genshin because I missed that Klee and Alice event. And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, it's over." And he was like, "Oh, yeah. Your own fault, whatever." And I was like, not to be dramatic, I nearly cried. Not to be dramatic, I was literally sitting in front of my screen, like slightly tearing up a little bit. Eyes watering, being like... It's okay, I got over it. But will I get over it? Maybe not. I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up. Very well, barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Oh my god. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. Oh, you didn't do it either, Zefkiel? Yeah, it was Alice coming back to Mondstadt. And it was her and Klee doing stuff together. I would argue it was very story relevant and something that should still be playable after outside an event. And to this day, I am like, Genshin, give us the thing that you have in all the other games, you little shit. You have it in Impact the Third, you have it in Star Rail, you have it in Zenless. Stop being a turd and hand it over. We can be upset together. You tell him, Gavin? Tell him what's so disappointing? Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Mr. Forehead. What did I do? Me? Don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out. But even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. I'm gonna punch their faces into the wall. Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him. Alright, let's get Machi in here. Machi, did you play it one-handed? Did you solve the igniter? 1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it is not proof. And that's the rule under our current legal system. I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. I think if we did, we already would have seen it a long ways back. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusations. Ah! Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said? I'm asking him to admit to being an accomplice? I am. And I will ask it. Come on, Machi, come out. Admit to being an accomplice. It'll get you a shorter sentence. Oh, wait, in Virginia, they kill people. Oh. It might be difficult. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion? I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. It may look like I've got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go. Every man has an igniter. Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, good guitars are kept dry is why. Is that true? Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo. What, and this igniter's supposed to burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Mr. Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darren Crescent, of 2 crimes. You know, when Clavier talks to, like, Chusey, I don't like him. But when he talks to Apollo, I do like him. He's kind of, what's the word? He's like a know-it-all. Like, he's teasing you because he knows the answer, and he's like trying to get it out of you. And I just something about it I enjoy. The murder of Mr. Latouche. He is an asshole, though. The murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Bojinian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial's already run on for far too long. You're telling me. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darien Crescent. This is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darien Crescent's plan is... do I call Machi or do I present something? I have nothing to present. Oh, really, Weeb? Not to show your nerves, but having a bit of humidity in your guitar is actually better than having it be completely dry? That's interesting. The boy love subtext is here. It truly is. Oh, speaking of boy love, so I don't really consume much boy love, right? Oh yeah, it's not really the thing I'm into. But I started watching what I thought was a horror series. No, it's gay. It's really good. I just wasn't expecting it to be so gay. I thought it was gonna be like Friendship is Magic and also gory. It's not. It's really, 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 really yaoi. It's pretty good though. The summer Hikaru died. I would recommend it if you like horror and supernatural and gay. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like horror and supernatural and gay. Then I wouldn't recommend it. Nope. A guitar that is completely dry, especially an acoustic guitar, is more prone to damage. Have its... Oh! The badge will not be a good... I'm gonna call Machi. Hi, James. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. So what is... Is it true that I couldn't show decisive evidence? Perhaps what I needs to prove to my case was something else. You mean a witness? Proving his guilt is a tall order. But I've got just the person to do it. Come here, Machi. Come here, Machi, and tell us the truth. And then we pinky promise to make it quick. By make it quick, I mean his death sentence. Come here. Come here. Come here, little twink. The one person who can prove it is the defendant, Matty Toby. Matty Toby was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darien Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle the cocoon is the real criminal in this case. It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnt-out guitar. Very scientific of you. Thus, if Machitobi acknowledges his agreement with Darien Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Bojinian cocoon, the case is solved. Darien's laughing again. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. Taking a cocoon out of the country means a death sentence. Yeah, see? If our pianist really was the smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. You're wrong, Detective Crescent. It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts. Is that how that works? You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Wait, what? Will you not be sent back to your country to be tried? Oh! The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure the news has already reached Virginia. Technically, yes and no. Ooh. And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today. Including the part about Virginia and Cocoon. Yeah, but... If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. You can't do this. You can't. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi. The Cocoon smuggling, your entire plan, Machi Toby knows everything. Yeah, if he gets sent back to Virginia, then they'll obviously know he did it, and then they'll investigate and find proof that he did it, and then kill him. Murder. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling, yeah, and be tested for it in this country. Oh. He hardened his hair. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace, a hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a house made of pianos? Come on. Is he trying to pay off Machi right in front of us? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Diane, I consider that my last session with you. We walked. Oh god, that was so bad. I'm guessing we can treat the outburst as a confession. Uh-oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. Yeah, Apollo really said you can cheat the system? Well, so can I. Oh yeah, getting a sentence in this country means Virginia won't be able to prosecute him for the same crime later. That is true. You'll talk? You'll tell this court everything? I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew. From the beginning, I knew. Situation. I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money, Saimpa. Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by the standard. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machitobi? Yes? I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. With regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latouche, this court is prepared to announce a verdict. Whoa. He's cute. He's cute. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth. Why is the judge acting like he did anything? Well, that's our job. You did nothing. And this court finds the defendant, Machitobi. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, watcha, 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 watcha. Court is adjourned. Well, I might start the next episode. Unless it's gonna be really long and cliffhangery. But I think I would like to. Otherwise, it's gonna be real short. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. Daddy! I owe you both my thanks. Lemuel. Mai, is something wrong? I'm sorry, Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now, I do. Yet, something's got a hold of him. Something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be? I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation. I'm sorry, what? It was my suggestion, actually. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny, I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lemuel lost the sight due to some kind of accident. An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that I could see. Perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I've been running from. Ah, yes, fake blindness. I was scared. You know what challenged her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting? That's right. She's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Hello, Yasama. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lemuel. I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. White, but for what? Shall we hear the performance again? Absolutely not. And actually, let's never hear the performance again, ever. Ever. On my secret mission, that is. What is your secret mission? Wait, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy. I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the Guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something that I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. Nerd. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Yes. So it kind of drops a lot of you with the intro alone. I think I will start it. I will just go get a cup of coffee. What drinks do I have? I have water and I drank my juice. Yeah, I'll go grab a cup of coffee. So I can stream for another couple hours, at least. Because normally there's like the murder / crime and then some skedaddling. And then a trial. So I'll do the skedaddling part. How do I like my coffee? Wait. I drink black coffee. I drink my coffee black like my heart. But I also really like, I'm really into, soy lattes these days. But I'm not gonna go make a soy latte because that would take time. I will be like 2 minutes. I will make my coffee. And then I will be back. I'm gonna make a ginormous mug. I'm gonna make the world's biggest mug. Back in a sec. I have coffee and I have an orange. And I think it's gonna be, yeah, super good. Because I had one earlier and it was super sweet. Yeah, I got one of those really cool kettles that are always hot. So it takes like 5 seconds, especially when it's black coffee. When it's tea, it takes a little bit longer because you need to do some work with the tea bag. Unless you just dip your tea bag in, like I do sometimes. And my orange is really, really small. But I'm confident it's gonna taste amazing. I'm just peeling all the sticky. You know when you have an orange and you peel it and it's got all thingies on it? I gotta peel all the thingies off it because I don't want all the thingies. You know, like the veins. Yeah, like one of those electric ones. But mine's Japanese, so it sings when the water's hot. And now I'm trying to think of the song. I forgot it, otherwise I'd sing it. But it does a little jingle when the water's warm. Which is always warm. But because I turn it off in the night, because power saving. Let me save again. Oh, my orange is kind of sour. It's okay. Continuing next episode? Yes. Episode 4, Turnabout Succession. Turnabout Succession. Wait, whoa, what's happening? Oh, that's heart monitor. 99. 80. Yeah, 80's pretty low. Whoa. Well, now it's very low. Ooh, boy. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of the last 7. Yeah! King. Jack 777AA. Nothing happens by chance? Ooh! They all look like magicians! Like Juicy. Like her uncle. You stand ready to begin the final... Ooh. What's that? What? Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. It's him! The one who tried to kill the guy! Wait, I just realized I should turn my light on. One sec. Sitting in complete darkness. Welcome to the last case of the game. Wait, anything agency, October 7th. Whoa, where were we last time? Wasn't it like July? I think it was. Hey Apollo, look on TV. Look. Does that mean we haven't had work for like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? However long it's between July and October. Yeah, I'm kind of busy looking for work. Oh. I got orange veins. Here's the last... Oh, I can't remember how to say it. Grammarly, alright? Apollo, you should be watching this. I was writing about our last case in my journal. Whoa, that was months ago. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. Oh, 3 months. It's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamuel disappeared. And that's right, Uncle Valant did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. Phoenix is away again? Okay, finish my orange. Happening right here in our very own Sunshine Coliseum. Oh, back at the Sunshine Coliseum. Hey, that's where the Gavinia's concert was. Only 3 days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelievable eyes. The legendary troupe Grammarly is performing for the first time in 7 years? Wait, which one's the uncle again? Who's the girl? Wait, is that... Wait. The uncle is the one on the left, right? But that's him when he's much younger. Do you think then the other two, the woman might be Maya's mom? And the one on the right, her dad? Hi, Faye! Hello! Uncle is left? You can see my mouse, right? This is left, right? I'm guessing uncle, mama, dad. That's going to be great. I'm so there. You and Daddy are coming too. The legendary Grammarlies. Oh, you're in Germany. Yeah, cold in Germany this time of year, huh? If Trucy's real father was still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. If the other two... Wait, is Trucy's mom alive? Are they both dead? Maybe that's not them. I've got tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo. The magic show ticket received. Here you are, working hard or hardly working. I knew it'd be him. Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. Not exactly the kind of greeting I want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay, pudding! I love pudding. Oh, it's farm fresh. And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself. Well, I'm beat. That's right, Daddy. You're on the top secret mission. You've got to take it easy with the secrets, you know. Hey, you know what would have been nice? If this agency actually still looks like the old one, layout-wise, because it's like drawn at a completely different angle. It's hard to see how this was the old one. It would have been nice if they were more similar, just decorated differently. How right you are. So, you can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it's time. It has something to do with you anyway, huh? Is it? I can't quite remember what the old one looked like. Wait, I should look it up. B-O-Nix, right? Agency. Background. Oh! Apollo was standing in the same spot. Oh! Apollo was standing in the same spot Maya would have in the old games. Oh, I see. So... Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the image where you see it from the first case, where you can see the couch. And the 2 cabinets. Ah. Huh. Would have made it a bit of a mess given the one-side nature of, but this is the same. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm glad it's the same room. Oh, wait, is that even the same plant? I think it is. I think it's the same plant. I'm gonna need someone to give me a floor plan. Some fan artist out there is going to have drawn a floor plan, and I'm gonna find it. And maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy. Can't I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. Huh? Tell me. You've heard of the juris system, yes? The juris system? That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The jury system, huh? jury system. It would be nice if I could side scroll. Yeah. The plant intrigues you, doesn't it? Not really. It's just the only thing in here that doesn't have some secret function. No secrets, but lots of memories. And the name too. Want to hear it? Not really. His name is Charlie, if you were curious. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, thank you for the floor pan. Oh shit, it's literally the exact same. Oh shit, it's literally the exact same. Yeah, so normally Maya would be standing next to the desk and you'd be standing with the door behind you so you wouldn't see the door. But now we're standing facing the door. Kind of cool. What's the jury system? So, Daddy, what's this jury system thing? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I do know what a jury is. I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Jury systems still exist today, Trucy. Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from a community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. Hi, Pesto! Welcome in! Happy Thursday! They're calling it the new system, the jury system. Why not just call it the jury system? No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurors cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. And there will only be 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. The findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. White. Dr. White, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! What was his secret mission? So, what's the secret mission? I actually think what the Phoenix Wright world really needs right now is a jury system. Because the judge has been shown to not be trusted. Though, he's never ruled anything inaccurately yet. So maybe he's actually good. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like the system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kind of like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. Hiya! Happy Thursday. I'll be the one helping that process, incidentally. Helping? How? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the jury system simulated court committee. Why? Didn't he have his badge taken off him? The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jury's candidates, even the judge and the courtroom. It's like you have a real job, Daddy. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. Hey, do you think his boyfriend got him the job? The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. Simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True, the case is a murder. That's the most serious! That's not simple at all. By simple, did you mean that the defendant is... guilty? Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. What? With the trial tomorrow, you're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you? Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Okay, how is it a test case if it's a real murder? The most serious and the worst case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filled. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Test case of how a system actually works? Yeah. Ah, yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Eh? Something that happened last night. Wait, a case last night? A murder last night? Hey, Apollo, I know you're excited about the secret mission. But what about this? The Troop Grammarly Grand Magic Show. Okay, so it's gonna be something to do with that. Alright, the card tricks. They're not card tricks! They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse, heaven and earth! So what? That's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle. Juicy! We have a case! I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Yeah, sure. Why not go with her? What about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't get to do any investigating? What? Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over that. I think it might. Isn't that silk hat the Grammarly seal? Consider it a birthday present, Juicy. Thanks for liking, Zefkiel. Enjoy your shower, but mostly enjoy your hamburger. Enjoy your burger. Today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Time to recycle our plastic. Yippee, so it's Plastic Day! I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy? I won't be too lazy. I can recycle you. You can become a new plastic. You also want a hamburger? We all want hamburgers. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Envelope from Mr. Right. Do not open it until the time is right. I'm gonna open it right now. An envelope about the Grammarys, huh? It's true, yeah. I will just sit there and ooh cat until you recycle yourself, yeah. You're right. You're right. That is true. Don't be a wuss. Open it. Open it. Looky here. Handwritten signature. It says I can't read it. That seems odd to me. I mean, isn't a signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Isn't it enough if you can't read your own? No clues here. Okay, we can't open it because we're wusses. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes, of course it's just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions, a blank slate if it were. It's the difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Praise the Lord. You can't talk to anyone involved with the case. How am I supposed to have a case if I can't talk to anyone? Also, I thought the case was gonna be going over the one from 7 years ago. I guess not. I'm in charge of this trial, all of it. But you don't want to backfire, do you? If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. alright. If Phoenix wants to look a little bit more respectable for the court, he could either fully shave or he could actually grow out his beard. Not whatever mess this is. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the seed there. You just said I couldn't talk to anyone. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. Time's a-wasting. This is just simulation case, so everything is already there. Think of it like a mock trial. But it's a real trial, right? This is an actual real murder. Right? You like slightly shaved better than grown or completely shaved? Yeah, but Phoenix has like 8 hairs on his face. That's not even slightly shaved. That's just like 8 hairs. Maybe 9 on a good day. You either have to have something or nothing. A little bit is fine. Will you have 0 as a check rate? Right, well, you got me there. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20! Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that God has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. Oh, God! Our client is going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. This murder did happen and the results... Oh! I see. Okay, I understand, Stonewall. Thank you. So the murder did happen. The case results already happened and they're reusing this case in order to see a different result happen in the jury system than a judge. Oh, and what if this is the case from 7 years ago then? Eiffel! Justice! Thank you for the hydration. I'm gonna hydrate with caffeine. Ah. I hope you had a good day today, Fool. Happy Thursday. I hope your week's been excellent. Hey, you just broke your last fast? Nice. No more fasting. It's been stressful. I am not shocked. Are you instantly gonna start daytime eating? That's the first thing I would do. First thing I would do is get up tomorrow, watch the sunrise, and eat. Where did you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. She's very pretty. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silent, it builds suspense. Why didn't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right, okay. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat! Her eyes are cold and dead. She passed out! Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet. That's Magic Panties, Apollo. I did not kill the client. Look, she's very healthy. Speaking of beards, you hate your Scandinavian genetics? Why did you shave? Want to look nice and neat? Well, now it's gonna grow back thicker and faster! That's those Scandinavian genetics, that is. My friend always says that, actually, because, I have really long hair, right? It's very thick. Thick hair. Very, very Irish-coded hair. If you ever go to Ireland, you will notice that all the girls have thick, long hair. Unless they're my sister. And my friend was saying about it. She was like, she's getting hair extensions. And she was saying to the hairdresser that, you know, God's gift. And I was like, no, it's literally just genetics. It's just those Irish long hair, long thick hair genetics. You think getting rid of the twin axes is also gonna help? The twin axes would definitely help, yeah. They've been in your family for generations. Hello. I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know. Is Apollo in love with her? 'Cause same, dog. And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? If I was in prison for murder and my defense attorney was like, hey, what's your astrology sign? I would not have much hope. I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo. No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. You're both Tauruses? Hey! What's a Taurus mean? What are Tauruses? Taurus. Horoscope. Okay, let me get you your free daily Taurus horoscope on horoscope.com. Okay. Today you have a rush of humanitarian spirit and a desire to do some real good. Might find you looking into various charities in order to help those you might want to help. However, money could be flowing out for other purposes a bit too quickly. Gacha games. For your taste, Taurus, it perhaps would be best to find one group that suits you and give only that one. Save other worthy causes for another time. It's talking about gacha games. It's saying pick one gacha game rather than go to too many. And that was your horoscope of the day. And the 30 Steam Steak! You're not ginger, but you have the skin of one? That's interesting. Oh, you're one day off? Ah! Man, being one day off is kind of crazy. Right on the cusp. Right on the cusp of two different ones. So, what's your name? Oh, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice. Man, Sparkle's not giving us any information. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions. Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. That was fruitless, though I think I understand despair a little better now. You did good, Apollo. Thanks for your hand. Oh, you're a Taurus Gemini. Wow, dual-wielding, horoscopes. Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. He does like her. And this is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school. Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo. It's a business card with a name and address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew Studio. Defendant's business card. The address for Drew Studio is on the front. I'm guessing that means her name is Vera. And you're giving me this card because... Well, looks like we're finished here. Hey girlie, hold still. I wonder if Drew Studio was the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. Technically on the Taurus Gemini cusp since you're May 19th according to what online says, but you like being a Taurus? Yeah, if you're on the cusp, you pick one, eh? I am a Scorpion, and every time it says about personalities, I think I'm always like a little bit of an asshole. Well, I'm always the evil one. I'm always like the villainous one. I'm always in a villainous arc, apparently. No, I heard that DNA updated their game with malware. I heard. Didn't they get hacked? And they didn't update or something? And the update came with malware? And basically, if you're playing Dual Knight Abyss, absolutely uninstall. You are a pair of fish, Creeper? That's nice. You're not just one fish. You're two fishies. I'm the second Scorpio, you know? Yeah, I don't know anyone else that's born the same month as me. No, I knew one person, actually, that was born on the same day as me, and that was weird. And he was an asshole, so that makes sense. Wow, this looks like... It looks like a studio. It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring. Looks like we found our crime scene. Apollo, look at all those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking. That's an interesting art. Oh, that one's nice. Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. Can't tell. It's very low quality. Oh, I can tell better there. Obtained at Drew Studio, only half finished. The rough sketch is still visible. I'm just checking. You know, there could be like a secret note at the back, like I'm the true murderer. Because if I was gonna murder someone, I would definitely paint a painting and then write who I murdered on it. And then sell it at our auction. All the paintings have really different style too. I thought I might find you two here. Ah, Emma! Man, good luck, Reaper. Seems like I'm running into you far too often. I bet I'll know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation spell? I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. White chose you, huh? Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Okay, I don't think this was from 7 years ago, otherwise why would there still be paint on the floor? And his daughter was put under arrest? Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder. Yeah, that's so funny. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when murder is a woman. Okay. Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. White told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time. Which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Apollo, that's where the body was! And that's the spot where Drew Misham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up until the moment he died. Wow, a true artist to the end. Oh! Turns out it's, you know, 3 Scorpio streamers, including me. One has the same birthday? Birthday twins? One is a November Scorpio. Wow, November Scorpio. Not a spoopy Scorpio, just a winter Scorpio. That looks suspicious. And that letterbox looks funny, sitting inside a room like this. Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. And the postman took them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather. This painting looks suspicious. There's a painting hidden back here. Hey, you're right. What if it's embarrassing somehow and you didn't want anyone to see it? You certainly seem pleased by the possibility. It's so normal. It hardly something to get mad about. Doesn't this painting look like... It looks like the other painting. It looks the exact same as the other painting. Well, no, it's slightly different, but... They're the same, just one has got a filter on it. Scope and onion? Oh, let me look at the coffee mug. I'm guessing it's poisoned? No? Not the victim's coffee mug. Aha! So the poison was in here! This is my first time seeing a real poison mug of what coffee? I would hope so. Try it, I dare you. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? Excuse me while I drink some of my poison coffee. Ah. Delicious poison coffee. The side of the cup reads Misham. Does it? Does it read Misham? Hey, magic coffee, you turn upside down, the liquid's not pouring out. Oh, it's just been there for a very long time. How about the teacup? Is the teacup poisoned? Imagine this cup of coffee was for guests to use. Guests? Did the police already analyze this cup too? Not a trace of poison was found in that cup, so the killer was after Drew Misham alone. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils, you know, how they're so thick, is that the word? And these paints are all dry. It just surprised me at how different they all are. Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one? It must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. Oh, wait. What's that? Hey, look there! The stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, the stain is probably... lipstick, no? I'm not sure who wears blue lipstick, though. I think that's everything. It looks like everything. Okay, now I'll talk to Emma. So this, Drew Misham was some kind of artiste? Apparently, he did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. There's another side to the room? Like that oil painting all over, for instance. Son of a, thank you so much, Jesus. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was 2 letters he'd put in that letterbox. When was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. And maybe he thought that was way more artistic, you know? In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Meesham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Meesham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. Does that mean he... Oh, I guess he did say it was a new case. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? Oh, I see. I see. Oh. Let's take a closer look at this desk here. So this is Drew Meesham. And this little girl must be Vera. Yes, they look the same. They look the same. Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close, a happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. This is interesting. Apollo, what's this feather thing? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill? Well, it doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping detritus off the desk. Bold and scientific, that's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? What is all this? Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? What's all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. What's a lathe? Looks like he was ready to work on metals and woods. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would the painter need all of this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff in years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio. I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Juicy. But these cost like 50 bucks at the magic shop. Let me give it a cup. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. Well, yes, it's just a rumor, but I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Wait, okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science? I knew your hobby was behind this somehow. Is she saying she damaged, evidence? What kind of scientific stuff were you up to? The spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug? That's right, see? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Science is amazing! It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma'd be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. It's true, flattery will get you everywhere. It's certainly worth talking to her a bit more. So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Meesham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good look charm for company. Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. She is so cute. Why would you get a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right? Nope, not precisely. It was on the cup. I already did that. Last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make good articles. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. Oh. Here's insane hair. Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. But why is she the suspect? If anyone is suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. You know, sometimes you don't just need evidence, you need reason for the crime. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Why are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking... I mean, what is it that we've always do when we run into you at a crime scene? Scientifically. You know me too well. Okay. Meaning we can get some scientific now? I suppose, just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Have I found anything suspicious? Not really. I mean, the mug? About this mug. There's a pale blue residue on the rim. Oh yeah, this. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Is she gonna give me the spray so I can spray stuff? That would be nice. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. This solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of indigestion to adverse effects to show. Click on the bottom right. Click on the bottom right of what? Really, we don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray the stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison. God, you got me! I was literally looking at the bottom of the screen like, there's nothing pink there! There's nothing pink there! I already used on everything suspicious, of course. Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Apollo! What are you doing? I was just seeing if I got a reaction out of you. How's this for a reaction? Never do that again! I'm not poisonous! Tell that to those hapless witnesses, understand? Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? Spray detection region. Spray. 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 I could be here all day. What? This spray is too small. I'm gonna use up the entire bottle. Oh, B&M is look around. Oh, it's just that. It's gotta be something on the desk, right? Because I didn't find anything. No, but I feel like there should be a limit. Time to spray the entire place. There isn't a limit. Yeah, I was trying to zoom in on the desk, but... Wait. Mouse button is only doing spray now? Yeah. Oh. I think I was supposed to give up earlier. Wait a second, what is it, Apollo? Son of a... Did you spray that little desk over there? That's all I did! I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far. Why is she lying? Let's check it out, just to be sure. What's that? Oh! 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 Finally! Literally just to go. A reaction, Apollo? Where? Where? The inside of that cute little frame. Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Juicy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind that I was the one who found it. Frame by measuring 2 inches by 2 inches bears traces of deadly poison atroquinine. Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? It looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. We did it! But also... Was that always there? This envelope has been opened and resealed. I knew how to do that! You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. I'm interested. I'm interested? I would like to learn how to do that. The glue melts off and it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago! It's gravy! Thank you for asking. It's the last case in this game. And I think it's gonna be the best one. I feel it in my jellies. Why would someone open a letter and then seal it again? I'd better hang on to this. Why aren't we opening it? Sumimasen, open the letter. Open the letter. Yeah. Should I try to get it open and then stick it back shut? Let's not tamper with the evidence. Ah! Let's ask her. Delicious constellations. No clues here. No clues here. Alright, well, let me just ask Thingy Bobby about it. William's Constellation, the other one ain't Genshin. Right, so I saw someone post this thing and I was like, I agree. And it was, what's the name of all the currency for you? And this person played Genshin, Star Rail, Lads, and Wua. And they were like, these gems, they're all called Primal Gems. These things, they're all called Constellations. I don't care what game it is. I don't care what game it is. They are all Primal Gems, they are all Constellations. And I hard agree. I do try to learn the different name of the currencies, but when it comes to constellations, mindscapes, cinemas, they are all constellations. Except weapons. Those are just called an annoyance. Yeah, except weapons, they were all W engines. Yeah, they are all W engines. Yeah. And all artifacts are artifacts. Mm-hmm. They're not relics. They're not disk. They're definitely not disk drives. No part of them are disk drives. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Why are your lips sealed? Your lips are sealed? You mean you know what's inside the envelope? Yeah. I understand. You mean you were the one who whipped this open? Please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. She has a kettle. The use of tools, highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About the envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? What is that? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray, like the X-rays you get at a dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Do you ever get... You know, have you ever had an X-ray at the dentist? Last time I had an X-ray at the dentist, so they put you in the room and they put the thing in the mouth and they make you go into this machine and then they run out of the room to press the button, and I'm like, why are you not allowed in the room but I am? Explain apologists to you like you're a 5-year-old? New attorney is tricked into solving crimes and everyone else is bad at their job. I feel like that's pretty good. Short attorney is not eaten by big attorney. Also, hints of boy love at all corners of the game. No, because this is Apollo, not Phoenix. Because you need the radiation to show you how your teeth are. They have to take a few dozen x-rays a day, which would lead to... Oh. So if you take multiple x-rays, you could not exist anymore? I've only had like 2 x-rays on my teeth. I don't think I ever had any on my body. No, I don't think I did. I'm gonna play the new Danganronpa 2. It's an entire new route with new deaths and ending. I want to. But I'm also well aware that I enjoyed that game because I didn't know any of the plot. And I don't know how much more I would enjoy it knowing the entire plot. Maybe I think that's a me thing. But when it comes to like detective games and stuff, I don't have a huge replayability in them if I know where the ending is going. I like figuring out the case, and Danganronpa 2 was so fun and so special to me because I didn't know any of it, and I didn't know any of the characters, and I didn't know the plot of the story. Play Esoteric Ebb? Yeah, that would be a good new detective. Do Raincoat next? I believe it's on my wish list for when it goes on sale. I also got Somnum AI files from Enil to play, which I'm probably not going to do a full playthrough stream of that, but I will do the first time I play it stream. Escape room puzzles? Like, no Nari? What's no Nari? No Nari. But yes, I would do escape room puzzles. Oh, I know that! There's the hot woman! The very pretty woman! Very booba. Yeah, I would do escape room puzzles. The only escape room type puzzles I've ever played is We Were Here, or We Were Together, or We Were Together Again. We Were Here Again. And with my brother, and that was a nightmare. But I would definitely play more escape room puzzles. I like little puzzly games. It's very death gamey. Does everyone die? I shouldn't sound so excited. Oh, I'm not on the right tab. I'm not on the right window. There we go. Something, how am I supposed to remember all that? So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. Do x-rays let you see inside envelopes? That's right, you're sharp, Juicy. But it's a bit more complicated than that, in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Oh my god, that sound. Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore and it might all fall out. Yeah, I bet he's the type to use a lot of hair gel. It can. Does that mean like you can get your characters killed or you can make them survive? Because I'm instantly stressed. Oh no, but the thing. Okay, I understand. The letters. Most pencils and pens have substance. X-rays can pick up on those minerals and highlight them. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And let's test it on the sample first. It just so happens I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample in the device, like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. You've got to set it to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there with... up, left, down, right. Yeah, let's try. And that's right. Now that's how you choose what depth you want to scan. See, that's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see the paper like a bunch of hills and valleys. This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. What I'm imagining is inside the lottery ticket, someone just wrote with pentagon, haha, balls. Something stupid, you know? Try rubbing the image a bit if you would. Rubbing? Like going over the image with WASD while holding space? Yes, exactly like that. I love it when games have tutorials that are like, hold WASD. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. We just keep doing this until we got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. I went too far. Lottery number 49, you lose. Do we really need to keep doing it? I can work out what it says. Smash the buttons, just do something. Ouch, you lose. At least you know where you stand, eh? Anyway, now you see the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try out on the real thing, shall we? Yes. I got this. I got this. You know what I'm enjoying about Apologistas? Is all these little extra additional mini games kind of things. I think overall, I may have preferred the cast lineup in Phoenix Wright. Well, that's only because I'm a big fan of Edgeworth. And honestly, I don't know how that happened. I didn't really like his design. Personality just really came through for me. Especially the last case of the third. Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited the 100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Can I have 100,000 in my account? I promise not to gamble it. And to make good purchases, like Sprigatito teddies. And there's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read the whole thing. Here goes with the second page then. How are we going through each page when they're on top of each other in the letter, no? I think the only thing I wish is that we use like the footprint scanning and stuff, you know, the dusting in the other cases, not just one case. Like, I would have liked it if these were tools that you took into each case. You know, like you go into court and you bring a ginormous X-ray analyzer in with you. Very normal in the Ace Attorney world. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy though? And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him? Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. So Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came in here for the story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Bushel. Bushel? He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed? Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today too. He said something about covering a magician. To the Sunshine Coliseum. Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valent Grammarly. Looks like I'll be heading to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. This business card reads Spark Bushel, freelance journalist. I think we can leave. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo. The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent. What about the case? Ahem. Only a performer laughs like that. The young Miss Juicy. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. How often I hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valent, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are. Yeah, he needs to update his photo because he looks a lot older than the advertising photo. And that's misadvertising. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show. Welcome back! You didn't do a burger? You changed your mind? What did you have? Eating time? What you eating? Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I shall perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The world will watch in wonderment as as cool illusions are reborn. Here on stage by my hand. Oh my god, it's spaghetti bolognese. Did you know I cooked spaghetti on Monday? I cooked spaghetti bolognese on Monday. Dinner twins. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammary Miracle is back after 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. I would never cook a Pokemon! Unless it was an ugly one. This show and this honor should have been his. Daddy. My co-magician in training, Zach Grammary. If that terrible thing hadn't happened. It's okay. Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Grammary, would have been proud to stand up on the stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifi. Got it. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Grammary, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience. What? And then sped off to outer space faster than that's not magic, that's science. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammary Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny! You nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses, how can I help you? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 years? It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land? I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevents it for 7 years, but no more. Yeah, 7 years is like Genshin's 500 years ago. And why was that? A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnifi's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea of a trick, if you will. A trick was considered his property, and as such it was protected by property law. Intellectual property, got ya. He knew this and bequeathed in his will to one person. Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Grammary was the inheritor of the Grammary Miracle. What disease does Skeleton have? I don't know, Dustlo. What disease does a skeleton have? What's a skeleton? 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 Scoliosis. Ah. Welcome in, Dustlo. I think I see where the story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. Get that joked? I did get that joked. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years? Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, April, to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor passed to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. Daddy? What's this? I was wondering if you could tell me about this. That bears the Glamoury seal. Uncle Valen, is something wrong? Trucy, where did you get this? Daddy gave it to me. My partner's that... No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy... Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy. This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Glamoury. Daddy signed this? Might I be so bold as to open it? Crazy title. Oh, thanks for the follow, Dust. You forgot about the Lord Daddy thing? It's weird. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? Suspicious. Suspicious? Magic show, Vera's card. Have anything about this painting? Nope. Nope, nope, no thank you. Don't make it disappear. Apollo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. Oh, the journalist. So a journalist is here on a story. All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper. His name was Bushel? Bushel. 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 I wonder what Phoenix did for Valen to call him Lord's Daddy, though. What did he do to make Valen go, yes, my lord? I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Bushel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes. Could you tell us more? What did he want? Oh, did he mean Zach? Ah. His brother? He called his brother Lord Daddy? I remember that name called me just now. Valen's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valen's feet step always forward. Yeah, I would hope it'd be in relation to Juicy. I'm to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had ears only for the incident. That incident? In any case, I requested that rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died, what of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Glamoury. Uncle Valen, do you know where the reporter went? I recommended that he visit a place popular with penalized perpetrators. He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? I get bad juju from Valen. I might be wrong, but I get real bad juju from him. Here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valen's big magic trick. Is he going to fix the card? What happened to the big magic? It is not more miraculous for it to stay whipped? Also, I failed to see him do any interesting magic tricks. Because the one with Lamiro wasn't particularly a magic trick. She just fell down a tunnel and then crawled through it and then climbed up a hole. Instead of getting bad juju, why don't you just get good jufufu? By your leave, Miss Trucy. Thanks, Uncle Valent. 3 days from now, make ready for a miracle. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valent react like that to this envelope? Why do you have to go back to the detention center? Goodbye, Daddy Phoenix. Detention center, visitor's room. I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone's already meeting here. Maybe that reporter? Why does he look like that? What? Why is that his face? Oh, hey, he's got a feather. Meet your worst nightmare? Oh, no. Hey there, how you doing? Who might you be? Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. You might be surprised by what you have to say about him, but he is the GOAT? Him? This guy? With the cute little pink cheeks and the brush hairstyle? He's the GOAT? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. You're Justice? You? Oh my god, those teeth. Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stares down witnesses on stand till they spill beans. End quote. That's not true. He's writing on his arm. Are you a reporter by chance? Whoa, you're Trucy. Am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Light hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. She's 15, you can't say that. Just hold your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So God, I think I know what's going on here. Garden rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him. Did you come here to interview the guard? Oh, well, the pickle excused wouldn't talk to the interview. Someone had to go plumb crazy. Huh? I should have guessed. Where are my manners? Name's Bushel, Spark Bushel. I'm not picky. A journalist just closes eyes, writes. End quote. What's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins? Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem, madness, end quote. I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. I don't want to talk to him. Whoa, I did hear V, but I didn't realize it was part 7. Jeez. So, Mr. Bushel, you're a journalist? Me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer, you understand, yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Well, I think he probably does. Exactly, I knew you'd understand, huh? Huh? Oh! It's a soft reboot of the series. Oh, I didn't know. Is it just one episode? Is there gonna be multiple episodes? I mean, I'm gonna be real. There's no way am I gonna sit down and get around to watching that. I have so much other stuff to watch. I still haven't watched the newest season of Spy Family or Dress Up Darling. And those are my favorite lists. I'm very behind on my anime. I know it's horse racing with hot men, but I gotta be honest, I'd rather horse racing with hot women. So, the night of the murder, you were at Drew's studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back, end quote. I can understand that philosophy, but... You want to know the thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly, see? It's the same thing. What is? His Japanese name is Shotaro Hamagaki. Hamagaki sounding close to Japanese tooth. Ah! Is that what the whole mint thing is about? So you went to do a story on Drew Misham? Not you, Siri. Jeez, it's never about you. You haven't played to Garlic Web? So the other day, when my friend came over to try out Pokapia, she brought over a garlic... She just had a garlic bread in her bag. And she brought a garlic bread over and cooked it and let me have a piece. And I haven't had garlic bread in so long, and it tasted so good. I want garlic bread. And he'd never had a story done about him before? That's right! Look, let me state one thing for the record here. What? I'm sure you're going to want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why did the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like... Oh, I've got it! Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy is gonna tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking about. I think I may actually have understood that one. Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially with glass walls with speakers, end quote. Right, guess we'll leave then. But since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw, just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us, just for the heck of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on the tip and wanted into this burger place with amazing ketchup, and when an article in a tabloid caught my eye, famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery, end quote. I believe it was an oil painting? Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down the river. Yeah. Okay, so one of these is the stolen one. And one of these is, well, obviously this is the stolen one. And this is a repainting of it. Looks like an Eiffel Tower behind him. Or maybe just, you know, in the sketch. Maybe it could just be construction. Journalists can sell scoop better than burgers, end quote. Oh. Let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're going to say. Bushel, take this! Write a brilliant column! End quote. I don't think so. Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing, and that's food. Try to understand. What could he possibly be writing? He didn't listen to a word I said. I don't think I have anything to present him. Okay. Oh, that's a good idea, doing a written work of it. Nice. You're right! Emma does have the X-ray machine. What's with that scary face you're making? And what's with the I know something I'm not telling you face you've got going on, Emma? Can we use the X-ray machine, please? Ace Attorney always making the most absolutely abominable people known to man. And also the most beautiful people. They giveth and they taketh. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this? I suppose. It's what you think. Drew Mishram was a forger. So what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes? Copies of an original. I know what a forger is. It's a copier. It's a copy machine. But I know what a forger is. Exact copies so precise you can't tell them apart. Why not just photocopy them? Well, it's not actually a photocopy. I don't want it. I'm not... I officially went to art college. I have art education. That's why I speak like this. The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. It's a crime, of course. So Drew Mishram was... a criminal? I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries. To supplement his work in illustration, I guess. Actually, and that's why I brought you this here in the first place. When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. But not in the case of forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished project is going to look like after all? Yeah, I guess you would. And that's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under that paint of the finished pieces. Not that it really needs to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway. Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Mishram's rough sketch. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True, and that would be interesting, and maybe valuable for our case. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say. That seems to be her trademark. I was wondering if your tool there might do the same. Oh, fine, fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out. Yeah! Oh. Ah, okay. I can't do the hidden one? I gotta be honest, I don't think this is how X-ray machines work. With the dials and the pressing. But I could definitely be incorrect. Oh look, it is a tower. It is a tower! Oh. It's like a guy playing a guitar on a tower. Yeah, on fire, yeah. He really blows. The finished painting isn't anything like the rough. And devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted for the rough. Yeah, it's like setting a guitar on fire. It's like the thing from the last case with Clavier Gavin. But in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and the canvas. You could tell if there had been a rough sketch. You think we should watch the performance again just to make sure it's the same tower? I'll exit the game. I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting? Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, then do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Misham was drawing wherever he wanted before painting over them? Possibly. Is there a problem with that? It's weird. That's what the problem is. Why hide your work? Why not? If you're gonna be a forgery, make forgeries, you could still do your own work and put them on a different canvas and push those and then try to get famous yourself, you little weirdo. Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. You think we could check out one of the other paintings? Sure, you like this detection stuff, don't you? Okay, which one? The pufferfish or the obscure one? I hope you're proud of how quickly I worked out that I just have to hold the spacebar button so you don't hear me like da 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 da. I worked that out very quickly. This is the first case. The grape juice, the cards? Okay, let's print this one out. This is definitely the first case. Grape juice. Grape juice? Grape. Grape. Fruit juice. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. Do you think I could just look at the last of these? What was the second case? What was the second case? Oh, the noodles. This is the noodles. This is so weird. This is spoopy. What the heck is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You sure the device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation? Trucy, look at all these sweet sketches. Do you not notice anything? This is spoopy. Ooh, you gonna reinstall it? I saw a video posted by Ben Starr, and I was like, okay, maybe it's my time to play Balatro. Just for that Ben Starr goodness. Now you're both white as sheets. What's going on? The sketches of the 3 cases I worked on. Huh? The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then... the events that transpired during the Gaviniers concert. And I appreciate that you are. For my bad speaking ramblings. And that's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Misham your father? What? Give me a break. Does that even seem remotely possible? Lord Daddy? I'd never even heard of Drew Misham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. He's just a big fan. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Misham? And what's he have to do with me? To be continued. Bam 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 bam. This case is the best so far. This case is the best. I like this case. I would continue to the trial, but it's probably going to be an hour and a half minimum. Let's be real. I'm really excited for that Phoenix on the front cover. That Phoenix looks pretty cool. Oh, yeah. See, there's the detective guy. He looks younger. So that's interesting. It's the usual longest trial in the game. I did think it would be. Which means it's probably a... Oh, you know, maybe I could do it in 2 more streams. So it's good that I started it now. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. I'll be doing it tomorrow, though. So, more Apologistis tomorrow. So probably just the next 2 streams are going to be Apologistis. You would say 3 or 4. Wow. Okay. Okay. In case you're wondering my future stream plans, it's finishing Apologistis, trying out AI Somnium files, trying out Enfield for just like 1 or 2 streams, and then Yakuza. Back to Yakuza, because I'm really excited to play Yakuza because, you know, I finished editing my VODs, and just to be dramatic, I teared up a little bit while I was rewatching the ending of it. It's so stupid. See you later, Pesto. This is death, but it's really good. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah, Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, for more Apologistis and more Phoenix Wright. Have a lovely rest of your Thursday, / have a lovely Friday, / No, those are the 2 days, guys. Have the back!